Welcome everybody to the Radisson in Manchester for the first of two press conferences today. Delighted to announce firstly that Anthony CROLLA has become the latest signing to the Matchroom boxing team. Delighted about this signing. Anthony is a wonderful guy, great fighter, and you know, we've tried to get him beat a few times over the last sort of year, which hasn't worked. So we've decided to sign him. And whilst we'll be talking more about the undercard of Froch Groves later, and there'll be an official announcement about that in due course, I can confirm that Anthony will definitely be a big part of that night in Manchester. Obviously his victory recently over Gavin Rees, now becoming ranked heavily in the WBO, current WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Champion. Got big aspirations. There's some huge domestic opportunities for Anthony CROLLA, but at the same time, the ultimate goal is a world title, and we hope to deliver in that shot in 2014. Someone who is got a world title challenge, although if you read the WBA rankings, he's actually now the official world champion, is Scott Quigg. Obviously, we're not involved in that process, but in our minds, and in Scott's work ethic, we're definitely not world champion. Even though he tried to get a bit more money out of me the other day. He said he's got to be on world championship money. But on a serious note, we're fighting for the vacant title, in our opinion, and that's the mindset. Scott has got a really tough fight against YOANDRIS Salinas, two undefeated fighters. Salinas is a very, very talented Cuban, for those who don't know, part of the Golden Boy team now, highly ranked out there, and this is a really, really tough fight, and I applaud Scott Quigg and Joe Gallagher for taking this fight. But you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to box for a world title in his hometown in front of 20,000 people, and we're confident that Scott is going to bring this home. So I wanted to have a quick press conference up here, talk about Scott Quigg's fight and also Anthony CROLLA's future. So I'm going to start by throwing over to Adam Smith, who will talk a little bit more about the fight itself and of course the big night on September the 28th.
Good morning everyone. Hi, it's great to have Anthony CROLLA up here. I think he's a terrific little fighter, great guy, one of the nicest guys in British boxing, and I'm pleased that he's going to have a very bright future after that really good fight with Gavin Rees. So terrific news that Matchroom have got Anthony, Joe Gallagher to my left, who of course is stable. I think it's the hottest in not just in British boxing, maybe the whole of Europe, possibly the world at the moment. They're absolutely flying. A few more on Saturday night, Joe. Scott Quigg, what a talent, what another great guy, and really exciting fighter, isn't he? Unbeaten, and in a real test on September the 28th. I think it's great that we've got a world title fight underneath Hay and Fury. It's a really solid card now for everyone for Sky Sports box office. I think although Scott's been made on paper the WBA champion, he knows, he's a fighting man, that he will only really become a world champion on the night if he beats this Cuban, YOANDRIS Salinas, who is undefeated Golden Boy. Obviously think a lot of him. They've just signed him just a few weeks ago. He's had a huge amateur career, over 300 fights, I think. I mean, he's a very, very dangerous fighter. So I expect a really, really exciting main hors d'oeuvre for the big boys for the Hay and Fury clash, which obviously in 11 days' time is going to light up the city. But I really think on the card we're going to have a terrific night. We've got Luke Campbell, we've got Andy Lee and others, and I think that Scott is worthy of that place now. So it's up to him to deliver. The stage is his, the platform's his, and if he can deliver against an unbeaten hot Cuban from the other side of the pond, then he really will be going places, I think. So Manchester's bright, isn't it, Eddie?
Absolutely. And Scott, just over a week now, ready to go.
Yeah, 11 days. Training's gone well, but as we know, we're up against a very good opponent. But he's one that me and Joe, we've had a look at him, and we're both 100% confident that he'll perform on the night. I'll come away as world champion. as before, on paper, I'm world champion, and I only take that into the ring when I'm negotiating with Eddie. Other than that, I ain't a world champion at the minute. I want to go in on the 20th of September, beat the unbeaten Cubans, Salinas, and then I'll deserve to be world champion, and then that's what I plan on doing.
Thanks, Scott. And Joe, big night for you as well?
Yeah, definitely. It was only just now in the room, 10-15 minutes ago, someone said to me, what was it like to have your very first world champion now? I don't class Scott as a world champion yet, not until we take care of business on September the 28th. Scott, last time he fought at the MEN Arena, put a world-class performance in, being a world-class fighter in Rendell Munro, and that's the type of performance I'm looking for Scott. And he'll need to produce that tonight against a very, very dangerous fighter against Salinas. People might think, oh, no one's really heard of him, but just because I've heard of him doesn't mean he's no good. Just like there's no bad Brazilian footballers, no bad Jamaican runners, there's no bad Cuban boxers, and Salinas will come and listen, there'll be a whole talk, it's a huge opportunity for him. He'll mostly be looking for showdowns with Redondo himself in a big Cuban showdown, so we know he's got to come highly motivated. We've just got to make sure we take care of business September the 28th, and I'm sure we'll do that. And like I said, the next British superstar of boxing will go on September 28th.
Good, and hopefully becoming 5th world champion in Britain. Anthony, could be another world champion coming in 2014. Welcome to the team.
No, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thanks. Welcome me to the team, and it's a great team to be part of. And like I say, 2014, that's my aim. So up until then, I've just got to make sure that I keep winning, keep performing, and that shot will come for me. And to be boxing on, like I say, on the undercard of George Groves, Carl Froch at the MEN Arena, I've been like a boxing fan. I've been involved in boxing since I was 10 years old, and I grew up at the arena, going to the arena, watching Nazim Ahmed, Ricky and Joe Calzaghe. And for me to be boxing on the card at the MEN, where I boxed there, but I've even got the graveyard shift where I've been on last, or I've been a lot where the cleaners are watching there early on when hardly anyone's there. So I'm going to be in a meaningful fight on there. It's like I say, I have to pinch myself at times from where I started at 10 years old to be there. So to be boxing in front of my own fans in Manchester in the title fight, that means the absolute world to me.
Thanks, Anthony. There'll definitely be a lot of people there when you fight. Thanks, everyone. Both guys are available for one-on-ones, and we're going to have a little photo up here, Lawrence, however you want it, and then the main press conference will get underway about 1:45. Thank you.